It's me, Sam, and this is By Hook or By Needles. And I'm still working on this cowl, but what I've done is, whereas the first part I sort of did the full crosses, which requires you to look at the pattern constantly because you're sort of doing one row at a time. Oh, cat hairs. What I'm now doing is I've decided to just do half the crosses, which I've been working on. Half of the crosses, as you can see, there's going to be one more flower here. And that way, all I have to do is come back with the other half of the cross, and I won't have to concentrate too hard because I'll know where I've got to go. So, but I've just got to do the darker part here, and then that flower, and then cat, and I'm covered with cat hair. I mean, look, can you see? I don't know if you can see, but I'm absolutely covered with cat hair. It doesn't matter whether I wear black or white. The cats are black and white, so both show up. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just sort of working on this. And trying to get this finished and out of the way so that I can, oh, now I've gotten out of shot again. So I can sort of put this away and work on something else. So, yeah, just sort of getting that done. Getting it done. I hope everybody is well. Can't believe we are almost at the end of November already. And then we got December. We are so close to Christmas again, and it just feels like yesterday that we did Christmas, and I'm like, oh, not again. But yeah, but I have been I saw some talk. Ugh, I've got cat hair in my mouth now. Saw some talk about and I wish I could remember who it was. I think it was Melanie J. was watching, she said she's started watching her Christmas movies. And I thought, oh, wow, really? This early? I usually wait until December at least. And I started thinking about good and bad Christmas movies. And I'm wondering, you know, maybe you can share in the comments which are your favorites, which are your not favorites. My favorite is always A Muppet's Christmas Carol. Now, it doesn't matter what's going on or where I am or who I'm with. I'm like, no, we've got to, you know, Christmas Eve, I'm like, no, got to watch. It's A Muppet's Christmas Carol. It is my absolute fave. Most of the adaptations of A Christmas Carol are my favorite movies. I even like the Disney Donald Duck one where Scrooge Duck, and you got Scrooge McDuck, Christmas Carol. That one's really good. I mean, it's very short, but it's really cute and good. I like that one. I do not like, and I do not recommend anybody who, especially if you have children, do not watch or put on the, and I presume it's just called A Christmas Carol, like most of them are, but it stars an Australian actor called Guy Pearce. Now, he does a brilliant job, don't get me wrong. He's a great actor. I don't mind his acting. And the acting was very good. I just did not like how dark they went with the storyline. And I'll try and explain in a YouTube-friendly way. Mrs. Cratchit is, you know, obviously Bob Cratchit's wife. She has been paying her rent to Scrooge, who is Guy Pearce, in a non-cash transaction. There you go. I think that's probably a really, really nice, easy, YouTube-friendly way of saying it. And I think you probably all know where it's gone. And she, yeah. And in the movie, she's trying to decide, you know, to stop because, you know, she doesn't want to do that anymore. And Scrooge isn't letting her off the hook, and he's sort of blackmailing her now, as well as having her pay the rent that way. And yeah, so like I say, it's a really, really non-child friendly, very, very dark version of A Christmas Carol. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was well done, but not for me. I like my Christmas Carol with a bit of song and dance, and yeah. I think, who was the, I think there's an Albert Finney, I think it was Albert Finney version, and that's probably my most favourite after what's it, the Muppet Christmas Carol. And then I love Scrooged with Bill Murray. That's not for everybody either, but the thing I love about that one the most, I think, is the second ghost. And just how, I think I love the actress. I can't remember her name. I love the actress in everything. I should know her name because, you know, I really enjoy her, anything she does. But she is just so funny in the movie. And, you know, like she punches Bill Murray, and then she kicks him where gentlemen shouldn't be kicked, and, you know, but it's just funny. It's just, it's done in a funny sort of way, and it's very lighthearted. And there's still singing, and is there singing and dancing? No, I don't think there is. But even the Ghost of Christmas Past is quite good too. I mean, they're very good. But, yeah. So they're my top 3 Scrooge movies. I used to have a lot of them. There's one movie. Gee, I wish I could remember the names of the actors and actresses. There's one Christmas movie, and it's called A Christmas Snow. Now, it has the actress in it that played Mona in Who's the Boss? You know, the redhead, Mona? You know, who was the main character in Who's the Boss's mother. I can't remember her name, but I love her too. I find her very funny. She's very entertaining. She's a very good actress. Anyway, she was in this movie called A Christmas Snow, and it's all about this woman, and she owns a sweet shop, which she rents from. It's a bit like a Christmas Carol, sort of, a little bit, but she owns. She rents from the from this man who, you know, owns a lot of the properties in the area, and he's always raising her rent and all the rest of it, and he's very mean. And she's got her a daughter or granddaughter. I don't know what it's supposed to be in the movie. I think it's supposed to be a daughter. And then she's got she's raising also another child who used to be her partner's, you know, like a chocolate company, chocolate store partner, or her, something like that, used to be her son. And I think she either died in childbirth or something anyway. And so Mona, I'll call her Mona, is looking after this boy, or has raised him and that sort of thing. And you know, he calls her Ma, and this mean man sort of says, Ma, she's not your Ma, you know. And he goes, yes, she is, you know, and all this sort of thing. And he's quite sort of a mean guy. But despite being mean and raising their rent and everything, he goes missing a few days before Christmas. And they are trying to look for him. And the son, who she like adopted but didn't adopt, because I think it's set in the, it must have been, I think it was set up like in the early, after the Great Depression. It was set after the Great Depression, and it was set as plastic has been like only just introduced. Anyway, so he's disappeared, and they're looking for him and everything. And they eventually find him, and he realizes that she was this, you know, Mona was the only woman, the only person who would have noticed that she, you know, he was missing, because she was the only person who, A, sort of dealt with him on a daily basis, or saw him and spoke to him on a daily basis, and B, you know, cared about him enough to notice if he was missing. And that's when he sort of realizes that, you know, he's got to change his ways. So in that sense, it's a bit like a Christmas Carol, because he sort of sees the error of his mean ways and becomes a less Grinchy guy sort of thing. Oh, Grinch. So there's another movie that I love. Oh. And it's funny, I do not, now this is going to be a very controversial something I'm about to say, but I do not like Jim Carrey. Do not like any of his movies except The Grinch. It's the only one I like, and I don't just like it, I absolutely love it. That's one I always try to watch every year as well. Maybe I'll do a 24-day countdown of new Christmas movies, and I'll see if I can watch one every day. See if I can find some of my favorites. But anyway, if you find A Christmas Snow with Mona from Who's the Boss, on any streaming platform you've got, please let me know, because I'd love to see it again. It is a lovely movie. Yeah, I'd love to see it again. Yeah, it's a really nice movie. But The Grinch, yeah. I do not like Jim Carrey, but I do like The Grinch. Whoops. I think I probably pulled that too tight. Yeah. Let's loosen that up a bit. Come on. There we go. yeah, so what else have we got? We got the Grinch. Yeah, I'll have to make a list. I'm going to make a list. I'm going to do that starting on the 1st of December. I'm going to make a list of 24 movies, with The Muppets Christmas Carol being the one that's actually Christmas Eve. I'll just have to have a look in I've only got one streaming platform that I pay for now, because I cancel them all because I watch YouTube most of the time. I just need a little bit to do that little bit, don't I? I don't need much. Just about do it. Yeah, so if you've got any that you love that, you know, maybe I'm not aware of. What else do I like? Oh, I like the Disney does a I don't know what the movie. It's not a movie. It's, once again, it's a short. It's less than half an hour. It's maybe 20 to 30 minutes, something like that. And it's a Groundhog Day, but it's not Groundhog Day. It's Christmas Day over and over again. And it's done with Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and Donald Duck and Daisy Duck and Mickey Mouse. I think even comes to visit as well. But the kids are horrible and, you know, ungrateful and rude and all the rest of it. And at first they love the idea of having Christmas repeated every day, until they don't love it every day, and they realize, yeah, we don't really want Christmas every day. And just like Bill Murray again in Groundhog Day, they can't seem to undo it. So, yeah. What else? What other movies? Believe it or not, I've never seen Love Actually, and I've been told that that is a fantastic movie and that I really should see it. But I've never seen Love Actually. I've never seen... There's another... Can't think of the other one at the moment. But there's quite a few movies that... I don't like romance movies. And I like Christmas romance movies even less. It's just me. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I say I don't like Christmas romance movies. I loved Sleepless in Seattle, but that's probably more because I love Tom Hanks and, oh gosh, was it Meg Ryan? No, it wasn't Meg Ryan. It was the chick from can't think of the show. No, can't think of the show. Anyway, I don't think it was Meg Ryan. No, it wasn't Meg Ryan. Anyway, I love that movie, Sleepless in Seattle. I love the Charlie Browns as well. You know, I love all the old stuff, all the old cartoony stuff too. You know, with Burl Ives as a snowman, you know, in clay motion, or I think it was clay motion, and you know, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and they did a claymation of I can't remember what the story heading was called, but it was, I think it might have even been called The Year Santa Almost Didn't Make It or something. Or was that? No, it was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, wasn't it? That's the other movie I love. Santa Claus the movie. Don't know the names of the actors or actresses again. It's a big surprise there. But it's the one with Dudley Moore as one of the elves. Oh, I just think it was just, you know, a beautiful, beautiful story. I just love, so it was all very magical. I remember, I think it must have come out very early 80s, I think it was, because I vaguely remember my brother coming home from on leave from the army, and him taking me, you know, because I was on school holidays. Mum and Dad were still working every hour that God sent, and so, you know, Mum said, oh, good idea to take her out, because they weren't able to sort of do, you know, take me out because they just didn't have time, you know. So my brother took me out and whatever. Took me to the city one year. What did I go to the city with him for? Well, can't remember that either. My memory. But Christmas in Australia is very, very different. It's different because we obviously don't have snow, which I know parts of, you know, the US don't get, you know, at Christmas. But at least it's winter there, you know, as well. And we don't even have it, the joy of having it cooler. Luckily, the last 4 or so years, it has been a cooler day. I think it's been like mid-70s. So it's not total, which is about 24 degrees Australian Celsius, give or take. So, and I put this stitch there because I need to actually put a cross there. I missed a half stitch, so, and this is so thick and spongy. I love it. Okay, last flower, yay! I get to put my last flower in, and then I can just work on I can just concentrate on just going backwards and doing the crossover, but I've got to find my starting point. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, so it's above that. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1. Yep, okay, that's the starting point for my next one. Yeah, so my brother took me to see that when he was on leave. But Christmas here is just very different. We used to try and make the most of it, the heat. And like when it used to be hotter, we used to have, in the days when prawn cocktails were like, or seafood cocktails, everyone was having them. We would have a seafood cocktail for our entree, and then we would you know, we'd have salads and cold sliced ham and cold sliced turkey, you know, but we'd still have like roast potatoes and some hot veg. But mostly we would sort of try and stick with salads and salads and just roast potatoes. So we had a tradition started by our neighbors, actually. We had a German woman who lived across the road who had multiple sclerosis, MS, And every Christmas, because it's tradition in Germany to open one present on Christmas Eve, we'd see her kids in the street playing with a new toy. And that got us sort of, when I say us, I'm talking about my brother and I, that got us nagging, you know, why can't we open a present Christmas Eve like they do across the road? You know what kids are like. And so we did. My mum did. She started a thing where, okay, you can open one present. And strangely enough, can't say that other word, funnily enough, I always opened something that I knew what it was. Now, you would think that I would open something that I wasn't sure of. But no, I opened things that I knew what they were. So I didn't sort of actually gain anything from it. One year, my mum and dad bought a second-hand billiards table for us to play billiards and pool and snooker and all that sort of thing on. And it was so funny because we'd get a lot of presents sent to us, or money. My mum would receive a lot of money or get gifts sent to her during the year from relatives from England that she would then have to, like, just wrap up. And we were told, you're not allowed in the front room. And the front room was sort of previously used to be like a box room, I guess you would call it. We just used to store stuff in it or whatnot. And it was never really used for anything. I mean, my brother and I had our own bedroom each. My mum and dad had their own bedroom. It was literally just another bedroom, I suppose. But anyway, you know, they used to go out and they used to say, don't you go in that front room now. And I go, okay, no, we won't. We promise we won't go into the front room. And, of course, the sooner were they out of the driveway, we were in that front room. And there was this big table, which happened to be the pool table. And it was covered with a sheet. And under the sheet was all the presents that were there unwrapped. And there's my brother and I peeking underneath the sheet. Oh, look, we've got this and all the rest of it. And not once did it dawn on us that the table it was standing on, all this stuff was on, was a pool table, which we didn't have at that time. And it didn't dawn on us that that was also a present, that the table was also present. It was just, yeah. It did not dawn on us that that's, you know, yeah. We were too involved, you know, too wrapped up in, you know, what are all these presents we're getting. I'm just going to cross these first few, because I'm not coming back to them. It'd be easier not to come back to these. Yeah, so, yeah, we were bad kids. I loved that house. It was a very nice house. It was really, really old, and it had such high ceilings. It had like 9-foot ceilings. It was just crazy. Great for summer, because all the heat would raise to the top of the ceiling, but horrible in winter, you know. But yeah, it was hard going from Christmas in like colder weather, like England, where I came from, to the warmer weather, because it was just such a culture shock, really. And one year we got a swimming pool, second-hand swimming pool. Everything we got was second-hand. Mum and Dad couldn't afford anything else, but we were lucky to have what we had. I mean, you know, most kids didn't even have that. It's amazing how popular you suddenly become when you get a swimming pool. Nope, that's wrong. Doesn't go in there. I don't think. Oops. Yeah, it's amazing how quickly you develop friends in summer when you've got a swimming pool. But, yeah. So, yeah, why am I talking about Christmas? I don't know. My mind is just on Christmas. I'm pretty sure my daughter won't be coming home. My daughter and her fiance will not be coming home. One, because flying when they are, May, January, February, March, April, May is 5. Be about 5 months pregnant. Yeah, I mean, that won't be very comfortable. So I don't suspect that, and of course there's some money, and they'll need all their pennies for baby cots and baby whatevers, prams and whatnot. But luckily I got a lot of family over in England still, and hopefully you know, maybe they'll be able to get hold of some you know, secondhand borrowed items or whatever, you know, seeing as they're not going to be, you know, there permanently. It doesn't make sense to buy all brand new stuff and then have to pay for it to be sent home when they come back. But in the same token, yeah, it just, I don't know what they're going to do actually. It'd be interesting. I'm sure I'll find out. So I'm having to think too much for this bit, but it is my last flower. Oh, I'm so excited. And then I can just stitch. I can just stitch and come back and just do, see, I joined to the beginning again. And I still need to try and maybe steam block this. I had hoped, you know, working a row of single crochet in the back and third loop might pull it back a bit, but it's not pulled it back enough. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to steam block it or try putting another border on that might help flatten it out more. But yeah, so, and I've already been trying to make plans for next year, believe it or not, for the channel and what I'd like to make and what I'd like to do, you know. But Christmas, blah. Christmas is one of those, you know, blah, but yay things. I hate all of the preparation and the build-up and the anticipation and organization and everything else. But then when the day comes, it's like you're really glad you did all the preparation and anticipation and, you know, and preparation and all the rest of it. And then the day after you go, oh, thank goodness, 365 days before we have to go through it all again. Mind you, if next year goes as fast as this year did, it'll be over in a flash. I swear the years are getting faster the older I get. But yeah, please leave a comment. I want to know what your favorite Christmas movie is. And if you know where a Christmas snow can be found and watched. What else? Oh, there was other stuff I asked. But, you know, if you know, let me know. If you don't, you know, let me know. Anyway, people, thanks for listening to my rant. Not really a rant, was it? It was more just a babbling about Christmas and everything. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Tell people about me. Tell them I'm wonderful. No. Tell them if you enjoy me. And if you don't enjoy me, then don't tell them you don't enjoy me. Just, don't mention me at all, really. It's probably the best way to go. But yeah, I'll catch you next time. Until then, please take care out there. And I'll say bye for now.